Alright, so now we're going to take on the Beauty Archive, and this one may seem really difficult at first, but it actually turned out to be one of the easiest. In my opinion, it's probably the second easiest one. Journey is definitely the easiest, and this one's next in my opinion. Once you know, like I said in the other videos, you got to do the run with 100% and then focus on getting the gold star. So because once you know where the enemies are, it just becomes a matter of maintaining your multiplier. You know where to spam your tracer, you know where to perfect octolock, you know where things are going to come from, and you know what you have to do to get the 100%. So like I said, the 100% is what really makes the difference. The 800,000 points, you know, it just comes from maintaining your multiplier while you're getting the 100,000 points. So like right there is an instance where you could have perfect octolocked, but I knew that I usually get behind, like the enemies might come and go off the screen too fast, so I perfect octolock in this section, and I've been able to get all of these guys, you know, without missing a beat. So you can try the same strategy as me. Something to note, you have to purify all of these butterflies with a an octolock in order to get one of the bonuses for the Super Collider trophy. You don't have to do it on your perfect octolock run or on your gold star run, but just something to note if you are wondering what you're missing or something like that. If you go to your extras, actually, it'll tell you what you have to do to unlock an extra. So this section right here, after you've dealt with the first 4 butterflies, let these guys come out of these flowers. Okay, there should be 8 guys that come out of these first 2, and then these things will come out, and then another one happens. Let them all come out. Don't destroy the flower until all 8 of the enemies have come out. And always focus on the purple things. And these guys, I'm killing them quickly because they shoot purple stuff at you if you leave them on the screen for too long, and you can't octolock with them anyway. So this first section is, in my opinion, is the hardest section to because it's so hard to 100% because everything moves so fast and there's so many things on the screen at some points. So if you can get past this first section, the rest is pretty much a cakewalk in my opinion. So you should be good. And right here, I'm just spamming the tracer on the butterfly because there's a lot of purple stuff coming at me and I just don't want to deal with that shit. So yeah. And note that on hard, some of these gates, they require both the octolock and, you know, the tracer to open it up without getting hit. So just be wary of that. These guys, you got to be kind of quick with taking them out. Focus on the fishes though. As you can see, I just ended up spamming my tracer after I got like 1 or 2 octolocks in there because I didn't want to end up missing any of the fish or anything like that. So I just do what I got to do to get that 100% purification because I know that I can maintain my octolock for the most part with little trouble. So you should have 31% when you go through this hole. If you don't, you've missed something. And focus on taking out those spinning guys first. And if you have to, if it's taking you too long to take out the spinning guys, spam your tracer. Right there, you don't have a lot of time between that, you know, between going through the next hole. So just spam your tracer on the worm-like creature after you get like 1 perfect octolock or something on him. That's what I did. So, and you got to be quick here again with those 2 guys because you'll go through this hole. So it's all about speed really. And on hard difficulty, it just requires you to move a little bit faster. You don't want to have this happening. This really slows down your time. If those fishes or whatever those other enemies, if they end up shooting stuff at you, it really slows you down. Don't worry too much because this worm guy will move in and out through the level. You still got to be kind of quick. You face these 2 guys, and then this is the final section you have. If you don't get him here, he'll disappear and you won't get the 100%. So make sure you take him out. As you can see, I'm just spamming my tracer now to make sure that I get him before he disappeared. And then you're gonna have 2 guys approach you from this area. Again, focus on the kind of fishes that just spawn on the side. They come and go really quick and they can shoot purple stuff at you. That could be really annoying. And don't even bother perfect octolocking this section. Just take them out unless you're really good. And on hard difficulty, it's like near impossible to take those guys out with a perfect octolock and get the gate because it requires you to do both the stuff, like octolock and shoot the gate. So now this section here, these guys, they have double the health on hard, so that's something to make note of. You know, for example, that when I octolocked onto 4 guys, that'll take up a full octolock because they have double the health. And you know, when 8 guys spawn, it'll take 2 perfect octolocks to take them out. So and be wary that when the larger of these enemies spawn, they shoot the purple stuff at you, like this guy right here. They only spawn in ones, and then they spawn once with a bunch of like their children or something near the end. But make sure that if you could just Octolock on them once. Again, I didn't care if I got hit because it's on normal. I only take 1 piece of damage. But if you can Octolock on them once, that's good. Then just spam your Tracer to make sure you get the purple stuff and take out the enemy at the same time. If you don't take these guys out quick enough, they disappear back into like the level and you'll miss them. So you have to be really quick with these guys. And don't freak out here. They just teleport in front of you. On hard difficulty, I wouldn't even bother. I did it somehow, but I wouldn't bother trying to perfect Octolock that last section. Just worry about taking them out. You shouldn't have to use any of your Euphoria during any instance on normal. On hard difficulty, you should be able to reach the boss of this area without using your Euphoria. So you should have all 3 still. And this is kind of, this can be seen as a hard part because there's so much purple stuff coming at you with the Enigma Lotus here. But this boss, you're going to want to reach this area with around 300,000 to 350,000 points and a perfect multiplier, like an 8 times multiplier. And make sure that you saw me hesitate a bit there because I want to make sure that I don't lose that multiplier, and I want to make sure I've got, when I'm tapping my foot, I've got the beat down right so that I'm not going to mess up. So, messing up in this section, losing your perfect Octolock can be the make or break for you. So just make sure that you're doing it right. And again, notice that the purple stuff that the enemies shoot at you are pretty much systematic. So you can generally, you follow the pattern of the purple missiles and you can take them out with ease. Again, on hard difficulty, don't risk getting hit. Always focus on the purple missiles, even if you only get 1 Octolock in, and then you got to take out 4 sets of purple missiles, and then you get 1 Octolock in. Take your time. Hard difficulty does test your patience, and it really requires you to know what you're doing in order to pass the level. I've noticed that on hard difficulty, it's more of a question of survival, in addition to getting the 100% and the 800,000 points. So after you've beaten that guy in the first section there, you'll automatically get 100% on this part, so don't even worry about it. But you're going to have to start to take out his petals. And in this section, on hard difficulty, he shoots purple stuff at you and they move pretty fast. But if you're quick enough, he'll generally, like for example, in this section, he's going to shoot 2 sets of purple stuff at me. Or not even 1 because I was too fast. But generally, if he shoots 1 set of purple missiles, you should focus on taking that out. And then if he's going to shoot a second set of purple missiles, if you're fast enough, if you destroy all the petals, the purple missiles will disappear. Like for example, in this section here, there's 1 set of purple missiles I take out, and then I'm focusing on the second set of petals that spawned in. And I'm not even going to worry about trying to take out those other purple missiles because I know that once I purify the petals, he'll open up and the purple missiles will automatically disappear. So use that to your advantage, but again, don't get cocky because if you get hit on hard difficulty, it could really be frustrating and cause you your life. You won't even complete the level. So it's generally better to be more cautious in every instance that you can on hard difficulty. But for the most part on normal, this is like a cakewalk. Like the way that I approached each level was I beat the game on normal, and then I beat the game on hard, and then I focused on getting the gold stars on normal on like 1 level, and then I switched to hard and focused on getting the gold star on hard on that same level. So like I did Matrix normal, Matrix hard. Anyways, when he goes over here, know that he's going to shoot that like arc of purple missiles at you, so be aware of that. Just try to trace him throughout this whole thing. Follow this pattern. If you're kind of moving your reticule ahead of where he's moving, so again, watch this video. This is where it kind of comes in handy. You can keep on, maintaining those perfect Octolocks without any trouble. And then when he comes out of the water, he's going to shoot an arc of, purple stuff. Just be ready. As you saw, I stopped Octolocking on him, and I kind of prepared for that. On hard difficulty, those move at you really fast, so you got to be really quick. And you got to know, you got to make sure that you know that he's going to be doing that. But anyways, when you get him to 80%, he's going to come up here, and he's going to just be a sitting duck, but he's going to shoot a bunch of these purple missiles at you. And they move really fast, and they come in large quantity on hard difficulty. And I ended up using a Euphoria right here at the end because I had like 750,000 points. It's so easy to have such a high score on Beauty because all the enemies pretty much have higher health. So you build up, if you can maintain your multiplier, you get way more points. Like you can potentially get double of what I got right here pretty much. You can get like 1,000,000 200,000 on this level. So once you beat him out to 90%, it's really easy. I mean, I spammed the tracer I think at the end a bit in the last section just to get to this area, because this area will give you a ton of points. It's like 13,000 for perfect Octolock on the 8 times multiplier. But anyways, yeah, that's what I did. And I saved beauty for last. What I did was I played like a level on normal and hard on each level for the gold stars. I didn't go like get all the gold stars on normal, then go get all the gold stars on hard. I did it this way instead. And I saved beauty for last because I heard it was the hardest, but in my opinion, it's not too difficult. Once you know how to get the 100%, and you know, with enough practice, if you know how to maintain that perfect Octolock, you should be good for the rest of the level, and it should pose very little problem to you. But anyways, that does it for this video. As usual, leave any questions in the comment section below. Check the description for a link to my trophy guide that I wrote for this game if you want to get the platinum. Favorite, like, subscribe to the channel, all that helps. I'll keep on producing more content, and check the channel for other archives. Alright guys, that's it for now. Quantum is out.